Today, I'm talking about leading by coaching. And the first thing we want to talk about when we talk about coaching is we have to have a good connection. We have to build rapport and trust with the person we're going to coach. As a leader of an organization, say a supervisor or manager, is going to embark on trying to coach their people versus the command and control method, they've got to build rapport and trust. So I want to focus on this video just talking about building rapport and trust. It's a critical thing for any relationship for that matter. But trust builds speed into the ability to get things done. Communication's better, efficiency's better, we get better results, we get faster results. And it's key to getting clarity with someone you're coaching. If they really trust, then they'll take the questions the appropriate way to really uncover what's really happening so that you can really help them get to the crux of the matter quicker and get clarity on what needs to happen next. So here's some things that as a leader you can check yourself. Are you consistent in your communication? Do you have regular one-on-one checkups with your people? How's your active listening? Do you listen without interrupting? Do you reflect back what you heard? Do you act on an employee's or another's, what they've shared with you? Are you following through with your promises? If you make a promise, you better deliver. You're better off to not promise or say, let's look into that, than to say, yeah, we're going to do that, and then you find out later you can't do it for some reason. Well, that kind of puts you back in the trust factor. You have to value their input too. That's another area we want to look at. Are you asking for their perspective and feedback, often involving them in some decision making, implementing some of their good ideas? All their ideas might not be good, but we need to listen to them and value the fact that they have some things to say. And maybe it's not for now, maybe for later, that we'll pull from that information. The other thing is we got to be visible and present. We can't be one of these seagull managers who just flies in once in a while and jumps off a bunch of crap. We need to be part of their lives and their business. So they need to know who we are, and we need to know who they are. And that's how you really build rapport anyway, spending time with people. Typically, we get to know people better. We start to trust them. We understand them better. They understand us. So we got to show up for some meetings that maybe we're not even scheduled to be at. Find out who's who and what they're doing. We also need to support their growth, provide coaching or resources to enhance their professional development as well as their personal well-being. Celebrate their wins, big or small, it doesn't matter. Help them connect to the bigger purpose of the organization. We need to be fair and consistent also as leaders. We don't want to treat one person a certain way and somebody else another way. That's a certain way to erode the trust. And we need to also be their advocate when they need one. So sometimes we may not be, we may be too busy, but we need to maybe send some resources their way to help them and defend them if they need defense or if they need help with something. We need to be an advocate for them. So I thought I want you to do is go through and measure yourself on a scale of 1 to 5. How is your consistency with communication? 1 being poor, 5 being excellent. How's your active listening? How's your follow through on your promises? Do you value their input? Are you visible and present? Do you support their growth? Are you fair and consistent? And do you defend and advocate for them? Add up the total of these 8 things and then divide it by 8 and see what your score is. Hopefully it's over a 4. But if it's not, then maybe you have some areas that you can work on and kind of zero in on. And it's going to improve your relationship. It's going to improve the efficiency of the organization. So be mindful of these things as you go forward to try to lead others by coaching. Let's make sure we have that connection first. So happy connections.